Today we're going to compare and review two guitars that are very similar to one another, though not exactly the same. The Gibson J200 standard model, and also the Collings SJ. Both guitars are all maple, nicely figured woods with maple necks. The J200 has a rosewood board where the Collings has an ebony board. So why don't we take a listen to them a little bit, and then we'll go over some of the specifications and appointments and that kind of thing. J200's got a big sound. There's no way around it. Even for maple, it's got a decent tone to it. This is a new guitar. It hasn't opened up yet. New, I mean it's a recent guitar. And it's just got a nice sound. It's big. I don't know what you can capture off the inexpensive mic, but for just picking stuff, good top. You hear the little wah in there. So a good vibrating top. The one thing I will say is this 200 has brand new strings on it, so it's going to be a little bit brighter than the Collings. From a finger pick perspective, it's got good presence. It's got good mid-range. As you know, it's bright because it's all maple, but you still have a very pleasant finger picking style there. Let's take a look at the older strings, but still a real nice guitar. One noticeable thing is the Collings is extremely light compared to the J200. Collings has much more of a mid projection, good sustain, maybe even a little better top resonance, but again, the recent J200 hasn't been played much. Good projection on the Collings. Again, much more mids than the J200. Let's go to the 200 and just compare it for strumming, since that's what most of these guys do. Again, a lot less mids, more scooped, a bolder voice, maybe not as much projection, but definitely more frequency. And because of the mid-range aspect of the Collings, it's got a really nice finger-picking sound. One nice thing is I would consider the Collings woody sounding, which isn't an attribute that I would normally give to maple. Maybe rosewood or probably more mahogany. But it's a nice guitar. Both of them are nice, different. It'll be interesting when they both open up. I'm just going to run the specs by you. Collings has a nice headstock inlay, a little bit more modern sort of diamonds there. Good overall. I don't know how much we can capture here, but the so I can get without reflection. It's got a nice flame maple back, and it's not really catching all of it. That's a little bit better. Yeah, Collings has a nice flame maple back and a real killer, almost a quilted maple neck, if you could see that. Vintage gears. The J200 we'll start on the back of that just for comparison. Again, much heavier guitar. It's got some nice figuring to it. That's probably the most extreme, and it doesn't look like that in person, but just by my angling it in the light, we're really bringing that out. And a nicely flamed neck as well in front of the J200. It's a J200 standard. Got the wonderfully tacky J200 pickguard, which is why we love them. But thanks for listening, and if you have any questions, let me know. God bless.